Hello, and thank you for watching the Revenge of the Iron Lich actual play from Tabletop Day in 2013. If you've made it this far, I assume that you've enjoyed yourself, and hopefully it's inspired you to look up some other works by the author at svdpress.com and just run a quick search and see what 4th Core D&D is about. It's a particular style of play that I enjoy very much. As a DM, I think one of the most important things is to be a good curator of good experiences. And for that means providing a certain level of challenge so that players don't feel that things are just being handed to them, but also creating an environment where timing and decisions really matter and putting a little pressure on. I don't think that I write that very well, so when I'm looking at running a session where it's going to be a temporary thing and I'm not doing an ongoing campaign, I look for stuff like this because it almost never disappoints. I've run Revenge of the Iron Lich several times now, and this group did better than some. Some of that was due to the mismatch of experiences. We had a couple of players who've been through it before and who understood the challenges and remembered some of the tricks. But that really didn't destroy the game for me. That really didn't ruin it. The people who were less familiar with 4th edition were familiar with D&D, and they all at the end said that they would be willing to try this thing again, something I verified today, 2 weeks later, when I had a chance to catch up with Todd and Grace. That for me is the real triumph, because before this they really didn't give 4th edition a chance, and if I run things at first level like Crucible of the Gods, or maybe just simply low level like Fane of the Heresiarch, they'll be on board to try that, and getting people to try things they haven't done before is like the biggest win of the whole night. However, we do have a small matter to address of Anthony. If you go back and you take a look at the videos, you'll see that I've added annotations to video, I think, number 4, because Anthony has been caught by the author of the module himself cheating by reading the module on his iPad at the table. This will not lead me to ban such devices in the future. Honestly, most people use them responsibly, and I know Anthony from other events that I've attended, and generally he can be relied upon as being a very astute player. He's good, he's high energy, he's a lot of fun to have at the table, and he generally has good ideas even when he doesn't know what's going on in advance. Trust me on that. But that, of course, does not mean that we are not disappointed and that punishment must be levied in order to satisfy the gods. In this case, Kodarish, a 4th Core god of trickery, is particularly displeased because Anthony has, not because Anthony's attempted to cheat, mind you, but because he cheated badly and was caught in the process. So, Anthony, this is your punishment. You are known on Twitter as Deuce DM, and thus you shall ever remain in the hearts and minds of those of us who run events for you. From here on forward, whenever you roll the die, and the result contains a numeral 2, that result will be reduced by 1. That means your 2s become 1s, your 12s become 11s, and your 19s become 20s. That means that you will never again roll a critical hit when playing D&D with me. That also means that while you are still a participant in my Marvel RPG game, that your 2s become natural 1s and thus are removed as opportunities. I hope that that is satisfyingly appropriate to all of you 4th Core fans. And I call upon all you 4th Core DMs to remember this, as Anthony is a quite active member in our community. And feel free to levy this or similar punishments as you see fit. Well, that's it for this series. I plan on doing more videos. I don't know when they will be, and they may not necessarily be D&D or Marvel, as you see I already do. I hope to do different editions of D&D. I hope to do a Fate game at some point and have that up here. And hopefully you will enjoy those as much as you have this. Until then, good night, and to